The following program is rated MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
This week on the 5-Minute Warning.
I have a question for both of y'all.
Sure thing.
And it involves traffic stops. You ever been in a car with white people and got pulled over and had to remind the white people that you were in the car too?
No, but I know what you're talking about though.
Because I have. I've been in the back seat of a car that got pulled over. I was with two white guys, and we got pulled over, and they were cussing and complaining, and I was nervous as hell because I'm like, "Hey, dude, y'all need to realize the game is different now because I am in the back seat." So all this reckless abandon that you feel like you can talk to the police, can we please not do that while I'm here? Like, if it's just you, cool. You can say F you and do all that. But while I'm here, can we please be on our best behavior? Because I ain't got time for this shit. That was the first time I ever got asked for my driver's license when I wasn't driving.
Show that gives you everything and nothing at all. That's everywhere you don't want to be. It's Ruben, MoeB, and on the ones and twos, AG.
The 5-Minute Warning.
Good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing out there in the world that we all live in? Once again, thank you for joining us on another Sunday night on 5-Minute Warning. As always, because my name doesn't really change, my name's Ruben. And of course, I have the cast of characters that are with me every week. We have on the ones and twos, AG.
What's happening, y'all? How you doing?
All right. And of course, the one, the only MoeB.
What's going on?
Oh, I was like, please don't go any further down on that shot. This is a MA show.
What?
Which means I could whip it out if I wanted to.
No. That means
that would be another rating altogether.
Yes, that's a different rating. Hold on, player. That's so completely different. But yeah, man. How's everybody doing this week?
Tired, man. Overtime.
Making that money. I hear that.
Computer issues.
I know it's crazy, Wade. The world itself is just a crazy thing around here. What about you, MoeB? How's your week going?
I mean, it started, it ended, do it all over again this week.
All right. The guy of very little words.
And you're surprised why?
I just say I was surprised. I just said the guy of very little words. That's all I said.
And half the time, I think he does it for your benefit.
I mean, I don't know if it's for my benefit, but it's for something. I'm not going to say it's for my benefit because, to be honest with you, I'd rather him talk more. But, him talking more might lessen the value of the words that he actually speaks. So I'm very fine with, everything else. But yeah, man, it's real wild out here. I have to start off the show with like one of my most favorite TV shows is back on the air now.
Which is?
Oh, I thought you know it. P-Valley, baby. P-Valley's back on TV.
I saw the promo for that. I was like, I wonder if Ruben gonna watch it.
I've still never even seen.
What is wrong with you, man? Look, you need to see it for the athletics alone. Much less.
See now you've turned it into porn. It's a better show than the stripping.
Hold on, see, it's not about stripping.
MoeB? What did he just say?
That's what you led with.
Exactly.
That's exactly what you led with.
No, I didn't say anything about anybody taking clothes off. It's about the athletics on the pole because you have to be an athlete to do some of that stuff.
Are we really doing this? Are we really doing this?
Am I wrong?
He is.
But am I wrong though? Am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're splitting
Hey, that's my
hairs.
segment, sir. That is my segment, sir.
That's right. You're splitting hairs and you're creating euphemisms where they shouldn't be. Everybody knows half the reason why people watch P-Valley. There's nothing wrong with that. It is what it is. But it is a better show than the nudity in the poll.
Oh, most definitely.
But because you led with it, you've made it porn.
I have not. The
Okay.
show itself made it.
Never mind. You're right, sir. You're right.
But I'll say this. You remember, I think it was a couple years ago. Well, last year. It was last year when COVID really was rampant and nobody was going anywhere. And remember that story we did about in Houston?
Oh, yeah, the drive-through strip club. Yeah.
Bro, they put that in P-Valley. I was weak. That in itself is the reason why you need to watch the first episode, because I was like, wow, they made it look a whole lot better than it did in that article. I mean, it was really good. I was like, dang. I was like, that's impressive. But yeah.
Sorry, I've been too busy binge watching All American, and then I just watched the first episode of The Boys, which I shouldn't have done.
Why?
Now you want to watch
It's not good?
No, it's not that it's not good, man. I just hate the fact that they feed us 1 or 2 episodes at a time, man.
So they only giving us one this time?
I think it's 2. I think they did the first 2.
Cause I haven't really tried to watch it.
Okay.
Yeah, Black Morticia Adams. Yep.
Hey, Black Morticia Adams got a new picture.
Oh wow, nice. Yeah, P-Valley is the show. That show is awesome. But yeah, the new season started, so I ain't getting paid for it, but you should watch it. If you have stars, you have no excuse. If you don't have stars, find somebody who's got it. But let's go ahead and switch from that into a little crazy world. Now, I have to lead with this. This is not as crazy as I normally do, but it just means that everybody, I repeat, everybody needs to pay attention to. So, the officials at the airport seized cocaine stashed in a wheelchair. So in Charlotte, North Carolina, federal authorities said a man who had been arrested in Charlotte, North Carolina, after he was stopped by city's airport with more than 23 pounds, 10 kilos of cocaine stashed in the seat cushions of his motorized wheelchair.
What?
Bro. Hey, man, it just means that anything is available. If you stuff anything anywhere, it's available. But here's the kick, man. Look, I don't know for real if what I see on TV is the amount of cocaine that's like legit, like the big bricks. Because they say, that's like 5 kilos. Bro, he had 23 kilos in his seat cushion.
Do you not realize how much 22
right.
kilos of anything is?
I don't know. It actually is 10 kilos, excuse me. It was 23 pounds, but was more than 10 kilos. But in your seat? Bro, like, I'm trying to visualize
did he had to look funny when he was riding in it, because you can't really sit in the seat the way you should, right?
I mean, so they encountered him when he was arriving at Charlotte Douglas International Airport from the DR. I guess you got to find ways, man. His answers didn't match up. His physical purported handicap didn't match up. So literally, they thought someone was suspicious. So basically, this dude had an ailment, but the ailment probably didn't require a wheelchair. So they were just like, why are you in a motorized wheelchair? Your finger hurt. I don't understand. They didn't say what it was. But the 4 packages containing cocaine were discovered within the seat cushions and had an estimated street value of $378,000. And here's the kicker. For all this, these are the last 2 sentences in this article, which should make people feel a certain way. The 22-year-old man was charged with trafficking in cocaine. Officials say he was a lawful permanent U.S. resident. Bro, how is he lawful if he's got 23 pounds of cocaine in his seat?
I think they were just establishing the fact that he wasn't an illegal immigrant.
I mean, okay.
I mean, they see him rolling, they hate him, patrolling, and trying to catch him riding dirty.
Okay, I'm lost. What's so funny?
Yo, that's
I just quoted the lyrics to Chameleonaires riding dirty.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Literally, they call him riding dirty.
Because that's literally what I was thinking about saying next. Because I was just like, hold on, man. 10 kilos of cocaine in your seat, and your ailment doesn't require you to sit down? Make some sense on this for me, man. Please.
There is none. I mean, the bottom line is he was trying to smuggle 10 kilos of cocaine in something that is every day, especially in the airport. You know, you see people on carts all the time. And I'm trying to make sense of it because now that I'm walking myself through it, are you going to get on the plane with that? And if you do, what are you going to do with the seat? I mean, do you take the seat with you? What are you doing?
I assume that he sits on that in the plane. I don't know.
You can't take the seat off, man. It's part of the chair. It's part of the vehicle.
I mean, like he sits in his motorized wheelchair on the. I don't know. I don't know how that works. I've never seen
any motorized vehicle on a plane.
But I've never not seen it either. So I don't know. But the biggest question is, how do you get it out of the DR with 10 kilos of coke? You think they would have caught it there?
Why?
I mean, I would assume they go through the same detection system that they do when they come into the country.
I mean, people have smuggled cocaine in fake pregnancy suits, stuffed up the ass. I mean,
in the cooch, all over the place.
Yeah, so I mean, you ain't gonna catch it all.
I mean, it's not Pokemon,
especially if you have it in a place where you have it buried under something dogs can't smell.
And then not only that, it's like most people don't pay attention to people in motorized wheelchairs. Let's be honest. Like,
well, that's what I was saying. It's not like you ain't never seen somebody in a motorized wheelchair. My thing was, what do you do when you get to the plane? Do they put you in a regular wheelchair? And if they do, what are you going to do with your seat? You know, I'm just.
I mean, that's
because if everything's in the seat, what are you going to just like take the seat? Then people are going to be like, why are you just taking the seat?
Maybe I don't know.
I was thinking
maybe we're reading too much into it. It's like, hey, he was trying to smoke cocaine, he got caught. The end of story.
I mean, I think that's a good question. How did his seat get from the DR to Charlotte? Because they arrested him in Charlotte. I
mean, I was actually assuming that they would put his motorized wheelchair like with the luggage underneath the plane, and then he just rolls on the plane. But they have no reason to check the motorized wheelchair while it's underneath. So why would it matter?
I guess I assume they do the smell test. They have dogs who smell before they leave the DR. I mean, for God's sakes, you can lose an arm just by smuggling out some tequila in your bag. Like, you can go to jail for that. I mean, it was probably surrounded in coffee beans and all that stuff. But I just thought it was weird that, I mean, I guess you're right. They've smuggled, I mean, not 10 kilos, but they smuggled a lot of cocaine and all that stuff in different ways. I guess that's just a new way. Hey, this dude can't walk. Or let's put a dude who should not be able to walk or whatever. Let's put him in a wheelchair and tell him to fake it till he gets to America and hope for the best. I
don't know what to say about this story. It's
just weird.
It is unique. I will say that.
So yeah, at least he didn't have 10 kilos up his ass. So I guess that's a benefit.
Actually, that sounds much more normal.
That'd have been. I don't know about 10 kilos, bro.
Man, it's like, man, look, all I'm telling you is that sounds more normal.
I mean, it was 4 bags in his seat, man. So you stick 10 kilos up your ass, like, there are other things that you got issues with.
All I'm saying is people have done things. You'd be amazed with how big of a motivator money is. Or death.
That's very true. I mean, yeah. Lucy. That's how they used to smuggle them in I guess it was Japan. All that dope. But different story, different time. All right. Rise and shine. with the AG. What you got for us this week, brother?
Actually, what I had was a "Hey ladies," but I didn't realize.
Bro.
I didn't realize I had already done that until I saw the notes today, and I was like, "Oh snap!" Then I looked at the notes from last week. I said, "Oh snap!"
Rise and shine, like, man.
Dude, I know what I told you. I just said I forgot, baby.
Well, you got a "Hey ladies," we can do that too.
No, I got one for you because actually I had been preparing for a rise and shine for next week, so I'm good either way.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is complete miscommunication in the production meeting.
No, it's not a miscommunication.
Hey ladies, rise and shine.
Well, okay, let's do it up then. So, all right, here I go. The rise and shine, which I should have been preparing for, which I have way prepared for because I knew I had one next week, was the politics of civility. Basically,
now, give us what you already got.
Say what?
You said you had the "Hey ladies" done, right?
Well, I kind of had both.
I thought you said you wanted to finish that round of shine there.
I wasn't completely prepared, but I'm good enough.
I mean, okay, you do what you want.
Why you? You know what? If I could do what I want, why are you still talking?
Because.
Really? Anyway, it's the politics of civility. And we've all been through this, and I don't know if you realize that you've been through it before, but especially nowadays, it's really, front and center, where you have a situation in which Black people are supposed to, Black people are supposed to comply, right? Every time we talk about cops, it's always Black people not complying. He got his neck broke because he wasn't complying. He got choked because he wasn't complying. All these things, if you would have complied and been civil, then you would not have been dead. So I go to January 6th and I'm seeing all these things happen, but the reasoning is completely different. All I see is the goalpost moving because civility is always administered by mainstream America. 2 brown people, 2 Black people, 2 foreign people. And many times we try to comply and try to make you feel comfortable because there are rewards to that. It is. If we make white folks feel comfortable, our lives get a little bit more comfortable. However, it doesn't take much for us to get the lecture. Now, the biggest thing here is, and I'm trying to describe and to demonstrate, is the fact that when you are Black and brown, there are a set of rules for you. When you are white, there are a set of rules for you. So when it's racial unrest and civil unrest, because you want to do a sit-in because you tired of having to come through the back door to get into a restaurant or not being able to get into a restaurant at all to start with. So you go in the back door, you have a seat, and you don't buy anything. Somebody pours hot coffee on you, the cops come, fight break out, whatever it is. That is someone telling you if you're not going to be civil, then this is what happens. If you would have been civil, this is what happens. My question to you is, if you do exactly what you're told all the time, how do you get anything? How do you get anything done? Especially when you can always be explained away by saying, or someone saying that doesn't look like you. If you were to behave, then I wouldn't have to crack your skull. So that is what I think of it. Now I want to pose a question to y'all. What do you think about the politics of civility? And actually there's a politics of respectability too, which definitely has a African-American tone to it because, some Black people like to wag their fingers, but it's all kind of melded together. So what do y'all think about the politics of civility?
I think civility is shade oriented. So I feel like if civility changes based on the amount of pigmentation in the equation, much like you said, it's what do they call good trouble or civil unrest or, just trying to make a political stance or statement. when it is people who lack pigmentation, and when people have pigmentation, they are being non-compliant and posing a threat. I don't think I'm a pessimist when it comes to that. I don't think that'll ever change. I think we're very much rooted in a us versus them mentality now, and I don't know. I don't know. Besides, like, aliens invading us, what would unite us to make it not be us versus them? And even then, I feel like some people might be like, "Hey, if the aliens just mess with them, we're cool."
Wow.
Ruben, what's up?
I mean, his Independence Day theory was interesting.
But is he wrong?
I mean, I've always wondered that about Independence Day too, because like Independence Day in the movie is like, oh, everybody came together to fight. And I'm just like, I don't believe it would work that way. I believe there'd be a lot of well-off white people like, hey, how can we make sure the aliens just attack them?
Well, see, I would say in your theory, they never went too far off the grid on that. They kept it very centralized,
very big city,
very big government, president and the Air Force, and that's pretty much it. They didn't go into the fact that how it affected other people until you saw the montages of parts of the country who were scared that the world's about to die, and then they were happy that the world ain't gonna die, which means they ain't gonna die. So yeah, that would be a very interesting question for them. And with that being said, at least from what I've seen so far, before I ask your question, I feel like Jurassic Park is literally the reverse of that, because you never saw how it affected brown people because that wasn't part of the theory. That wasn't part of the thing, but it affected white people a lot. Now you would assume that, especially in the new one that's coming out, since dinosaurs are not everywhere like insects, it would affect everybody, but that still remains to be seen. So that'll be something interesting using your theory that I would be looking forward to in that. But to answer your question, I mean, I remember growing up, and I don't ever, as hard as I might, I don't remember having the real conversation of, you know, because you're black, if you get pulled by a police officer, you need to do certain things. The conversation that I had was, regardless, if you get pulled by police, this is what you do. It was never stated because you're black or because you're brown or whatever. It was like, this is what you do. You know, your hands are 10 and 2. You know, when they get there, you have your license out, you have your registration out, because in Virginia, they don't require us to have insurance information out, and that's it. So that's what I was told. That's, you know, yes, sir, no, sir. Now, and he might have been telling me that, you know, because I was, hey, you're a black boy and all that stuff. But he never specified, because you're black, you need to make sure you treat the police in this way. That I can honestly say, I can't remember having that discussion with my dad, but I mean, that was a discussion we had. It wasn't because I was black. It was because this is what you need to do. You need to comply. You need to do it. So it was like, you know, none of the craziness. So yeah, I would say that in my experiences with police, I've never had to get out of a car. So I feel as though so far, you know, what he told me has worked. However, actually, let me change that. I had to get out of a car once. And that's an interesting story. Me and some friends going to a location. You know, they're Caucasian, whatever. And we get stopped. And I'm just like, I'm not driving. And it was 4 of us. He pulled all 4 of us out the cars at nighttime. And of course, one of my friends who was Caucasian, he asked us what we were drinking. And of course, he was like, iced tea, sir. And I was just like, you're an idiot. Like, you're an idiot. Because I'm thinking, oh my God, what the hell? Like, why would you say that? But of course, he put, stop, make sure we were good to where you're going, go home. And I was probably in my 19, 20, something like that. But yeah, I mean, clearly it is, because you don't see a lot of non brown people get pulled recorded, get pulled and have the same situations as brown people. Now, does that happen and it's not recorded? Could be, doubt it, but you never know. But yeah, I would agree with that. For brown people, the rules are a little different. But yeah, I hope that answers your question.
I think I understand you. Well, that's the Rouse and Shine, y'all.
I have a question for both of y'all.
Sure thing.
And it involves traffic stops.
Yeah.
You ever been in a car with white people and got pulled over and had to remind the white people that you were in the car too?
No, but I know what you're talking about though.
Because I have. I've been in the backseat of a car. It got pulled over. I was with two white guys, and we got pulled over, and they were cussing and complaining, and I was nervous as hell because I'm like, hey, dude, y'all need to realize the game is different now because I am in the back seat. So all this reckless abandon that you feel like you can talk to the police, can we please not do that while I'm here? Like, if it's just you, cool. You can say F you and do all that. But while I'm here, can we please be on our best behavior? Because I ain't got time for this shit.
I have not had to do that.
And that was the first time I ever got asked for my driver's license when I wasn't driving.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Why do they do
He
that?
asked me.
I never
He was
understood
like, he was like, sir, do you have your ID? And I was like, no, I don't. And he was like, sir, why don't you have your ID? And I was like, because I'm not driving.
Moco Cowboy, can you please turn out the NWA?
I mean, yeah. When I've been in the times
I've always wondered, did anybody else ever have that experience? Because I only had it once, but when I did, I remember very specifically being like, hey, dude, y'all need to act a little different because I'm in the car. The rule, y'all don't know the rules have changed. This is probably going to be your first experience. And even when we pulled off, he was like, dude, that dude asked you for your license. That's bullshit. You're in the back seat. I'm like, welcome, sir. Welcome, sir, to the land of pigmentation.
Yeah, I mean, the only time that I've ever had it is I've never had to say, hey, shut up. But I did, when my friend said that iced tea thing, I did give him the look like, I think you need to shut the fuck up. You got to shut the fuck up. Look, he shut up because I was like, "Come on, bro. This is not the move." I did get pulled one time. Wasn't driving. I was in the passenger seat, the front passenger, and we had pushed a coat to the back, and we were in Nag's Head, and yes, I was the only African American in the car, 5 people, and he pulled us because he thought we had like a beer bottle or something. A bottle. And we was just like, no, officer. I mean, it's a coat. Yeah. And I was just like, He didn't ask me for my ID, but he was like, where y'all going? Well, we're going back to the hotel room that we're staying at, blah, blah. They ain't had shit to do that night. Hey, maybe we can find some dope on these five young people. Guess what? No. Keep moving. But yeah, I agree with you though. It happens. Hey, that was it. All right, Tico.
I mean, I don't remember what segment I was supposed to do this week. No, I'm just
Hey, at least I read the show notes. No,
I'm just playing. But yeah, I'm not doing that. So I'm not doing to tell me I'm wrong.
Okay.
That's good because all I was going to do is lose anyway.
I wanted to do tell me I'm wrong, but then I thought...
I wish I would just tell me this early.
Nah, man, this happened, a few hours ago. So
I mean, you can still put on a message, not do it. Tell me I'm wrong.
I made an executive decision to try a new segment.
Oh, jeez.
Hold on.
You gotta drink the Westminster drink. That means it must be real. Real.
Nah, man. Actually, it sparked with the tell me I'm wrong. So I guess it might still be a tell me I'm wrong. But really, it's a, as my kids always tell me, that I'm always referring to things that happened in the olden days. Well, yeah, I had a flashback of olden days, and it made me sad today. So this got sparked today. My daughter had a flag football, kind of like a celebration cookout for their season. So the committee had a bounce house out there. They had flag football. Coaches played the players. Parents played the players. They had basketball court, DJ. It really it kind of almost looked like Will Smith's Summertime music video back in the day. There was a DJ, basketball court. It was hype. But my issue, yes, sir.
Did you stiff arm a player when you were playing flag football?
First of all, I'm still in a walking boot, so I was refereeing.
Okay. Hey, AG, I thought it was a fair question.
And based on looking at them parents, seemed like they were super out of breath, 2 plays in. I was just like, man, maybe I don't want to be out here anyway, because I'm not trying to embarrass myself either. But what I realized is, the internet has ruined summer vacation. I saw about 40 kids out there playing and having a great time in the sun. And I realized that I hadn't seen that many kids outside doing activities in over a decade. The basketball courts, when I drive by, usually has nothing but a few teenage guys there and some old heads maybe trying to relive their glory days on Sundays.
Like you used to.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, so I don't know what happened. And I honestly, my kids are now old enough where summer vacation is a thing. It's a thing for them now. They're like, hey, yeah, we're out of school now. And I realized that they're excited that now they can play Fortnite all day.
I'm so sorry.
And I just wish I could give them a taste of the olden days so they could really, what stories are they going to tell of their summer childhood to their kids?
Fortnite.
Yeah, I mean, because man, all of the coolest stories I have happened during the summer, happened outside. And I hear all these chicks, we had a hot girl summer. Then after COVID, all the girls are screaming we outside. And I'm realizing that ain't nobody really outside. I mean, I guess only thoughts and old heads is outside this summer. I
don't know what to tell you, man.
I feel like if you threw a basketball out there to 30 kids, they would stare at the basketball for about 20 minutes before they realized there was something they could actually do with it. And it's disheartening. I mean, half of the stories that I've told on this show happened during summer vacation. The infamous bike down the hill story.
I was going to say, did that happen on summer vacation?
Summer. Hell yeah.
Can you ride at 10 speed? Yes.
Hell yeah. All the cool stories happen in the summer. Justin Timberlake talking about summer love. How do the kids link up in the summertime anymore? Because, back in the day, the link up during the summer was go to the park, the playground. Even all of our songs used to have stuff they had a song called The Playground. Will Smith talked about getting a short set because girls at, sometime course got girls there. Not anymore.
What are you at on Tinder?
Let's hope
Look,
not.
I don't even want to know where the teenagers are at. I know they online. You know where they ain't at? You know where they ain't at? Outside.
In a school.
Well, I will say the advantage.
They ain't outside and they ain't in a book.
Well, you're right about that. I'm just saying that there is an advantage to being online like that because it opens up the, you know, the area in which you have the, you know, the pool that you can draw from. Because I know in the summertime, as far as girls went, you kind of are limited to the girls in your neighborhood. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but you also learned interpersonal skills. I mean, you weren't just swiping left and right. You learned interpersonal skills.
Well, that's true. Well, I don't know, man. The world's different. I know you.
You remember
brought this
going
up
to the
before.
swimming pool? Remember how big of a deal going to the swimming pool was?
Yeah, because I can smell the chlorine right now. But that's just not a thing, man. I mean,
Not me.
huh?
I don't know none of which you speak.
You never went to the Widener or something? I mean, 4-H.
No.
No?
I did 4-H, but that was 1 week out of summer. The rest of it was in the country.
Oh, okay.
I mean at my big mama's house or my granddad's house. It's one of the two. I know where I wasn't at my house.
How long did you stay?
Bro, it's like 2 weeks at a time, baby.
Good gravy.
Then I
Your
get a
parents
week of
like
camp.
you?
Not during the summer.
Oh my
Well,
God.
because they work. Because they work.
Hey.
And they were just like, well, I'm not going to leave you here by yourself. And I'm just kind of like, why not?
I'm actually scared about going to the swimming pool now. I mean, we talking about all the thought pockets that be walking down the street. You know, the swimming pool. I feel like every swimming pool that I see people posting up, there's a few kids in the shallow end, and then there's a whole bunch of people just twerking to random music playing. And I'm just like, hey, the pool should be kind of a family atmosphere. When you got kids there, we should at least wait for it to be nighttime before you out here twerking at the red light, twerking on the headlights.
I mean, but aren't they trying to
I
make
say
TikTok
see your
videos
kids
and
camp.
whatnot?
What'd you say?
Aren't they trying to make
Kids-
TikTok videos?
That's why you got to see your kids at camp, yeah.
Look, I
You gotta
love
send your
that
kids to camp.
exasperation. He's like,
Either send your kids to camp or it's time for the family vacation.
You
And
see,
look, man,
but that's the thing, man. So you gotta be damn near rich to send your kids to camps down. So basically, you saying the only people that can get like family oriented experiences are people with money. Because I mean, my summer vacations were very fucking free. You know, it was go to my grandma's house, be outside from 10 in the morning to 8 at night. You know what I'm saying?
but it was different back then, man. It was different. Comic books were 25 cents, bro.
You're right. It was the olden days.
it was the olden days.
But I mean, you know what? But you know what is free? And I mean, that's what we did. Historical monuments are free. Take your kids to well, my dad took us. My mom and dad took us to
Once again,
Pennsylvania.
you talking about taking places. Like, look, my mom was working during the summer, and I was at my grandma's house, so won't nobody taking me nowhere. I was just, hey, get outside, come back during lunch. Don't be coming in and out of my house, because you know my AC ain't for the neighborhood; it's for this house.
But are you gonna do that for your kids?
What? Let them go outside?
He's begging them to go outside.
I would love for them to go outside.
Well, I'm just saying, but I'm talking other than the backyard. Because they
No,
put you in the backyard.
If they want to go somewhere, they can go somewhere outside. They know kids. They know kids in the neighborhood.
I mean, what's up there?
Fortnite is what's up.
I mean, you could also send them to your grandma's for a week.
I mean, yeah. But see, my grandma can't really do anything now, so they go to my grandma's house. They doing more watching her than she watching them.
What about your mom's?
I mean, she in the same boat she was before when I was growing up. She's still working.
Maybe it's time for that family vacation, bro. Like
Once
grandma and mom.
again. So you saying the only way to get good times is
Spend some money.
spend some
Bruh.
money.
I mean, I hear what you saying.
I'm sorry, man. My
Bougie ass
summertime-
Ruben.
my best summertime memories was free.
I mean,
And yo, I walked everywhere. Like I
Wait a
don't
minute,
think.
you have a bike?
I mean, I did have a bike, but I
want
walked
Debo to
everywhere in
come get it.
Portsmouth. I ain't want nobody worry about Debo, man. I walked a lot of places, man. Now I did ride a lot of places too, but I mean, I walked. If I had to get there, I could get there. Gas prices.
I know, right?
You're right. I might be riding my bike this summer.
For real. Gas went up 20 cents overnight.
When gas hit $5 in my area, I might have to retire.
I mean, I don't know. I just.
But yeah, so this won't tell me I'm wrong, man. This was just like almost like a back in my day, the olden days. Like in the olden days, we went outside for the summer.
Hey man, I still can taste the rubber in the water coming out of the faucet, bro. That was some good water, man. I know I was poisoning myself.
When it's not, yeah, but I say when it's 90-something degrees outside, like as long as it was wet and below 80 degrees, it was great.
Well, I was a little bougie because I let it run for about 30 seconds to get that hot water out the hose. But after that,
What you supposed to do?
nah, man, some people be like, don't waste my water.
I mean, everybody's like, don't waste my water, but
well,
what
just
they
saying.
don't know.
That's why I
What
said
they
I was a
don't
little
know.
bougie because I didn't play that. I let it run for a few seconds, get that hot water out of the hose.
You know what I ain't seen? The olden days, I ain't seen nobody with no water guns. I ain't seen
man.
no water balloons.
Guns, man.
At
Guns,
7-Eleven
everything.
sold a 3-pack of the little pistols. They were yellow, red, and blue. Oh man! Put the water in there. Put that little plastic plug on there. Run around squirting people. Then they had the nerve to come out with these automatic weapons they got now. What in the world? That ain't fun. What's the fun in that? You'll never run out of ammo.
I mean, even the old school super soakers had your forearms working.
Had to pump it.
Yeah. I mean,
Has this turned into a nostalgia thing?
Yeah, the olden days, man. That's what this was, the olden days, man.
You ought to have a segment. That's his new segment, the olden days.
I'm just saying, in the olden days, man, like the headline is in the olden days, man, summertime was free.
Well, you should just tell your girls, well, why don't you invite your friends over?
Actually, it was
go
free
outside.
to you. It was free to you because I ate. Man, my dad, my parents, they're saints. Because in the summertime, I ate all day food.
I mean, yeah.
I didn't understand what the big deal was that I drank a gallon of milk in 3 days. I didn't understand that. I was like, well, just go get some more milk.
Hey, like I spent summer vacations in so many different places, man. So, like when I was in Savannah, I spent summertime at my aunt's house, and I would get breakfast at my house. I would get dropped off at my aunt's house. We would walk about 6 blocks over to get free lunch because they had it at the park. I'd come back and maybe might get like a hot dog midway through the day. So I mean, yeah, I didn't really worry about eating a lot of food there. Now at my grandma's house, it was different. I knew I was gonna get dinner and I was gonna get breakfast, and if I played my cards right, I was gonna get decent lunch. I just had to make sure I got back to the house when she ate lunch, because she didn't make lunch on my schedule. It was her schedule.
you make your childhood sound real abusive, man.
No, I'm just saying, like, I just learned her schedule. I'd be at the court playing basketball. I look at the sun in the sky. I'm like, wait a minute.
He's sundialed it. He's sundialed it. He ain't got to watch. He got to look. Hey, he walk everywhere he go. He got a sundial for a watch. He working around his grandma's food schedule so he can get fed.
Man,
He's like, man, you sound like a dog, man.
He is the olden days.
It's the olden days.
And I'm older than that. I ain't get down like that. I mean, that's gonna be something that you can get that. I ain't not me. Sorry about your luck.
I feel privileged, man. I was working on no one's schedule.
Me too. Shoot.
I was like, man, like I said, just go get some milk.
Once I hit like late middle school, I was working in the morning because my grandma would make me cut all of the neighbors' grasses in the morning around the way. So I knew from like 7:30 in the morning to about 11, I was occupied she was gonna take me somewhere. I was gonna have to walk somewhere with the lawnmower. I'm gonna cut Mr. Poole grass.
Wow.
I'm gonna go cut Miss Hamilton grass. I'm gonna cut Miss Cooper's yard. I'm doing something
Man,
for free.
I feel like saying I'm sorry.
Now, did your grandmother make you, like, if somebody really wanted to pay you, did your grandmother make you give them money back?
I could get paid.
You could? Okay.
It won't fair wages, but it was paid.
What you get for a
like
yard?
$5.
What you get for a yard?
Well, I mean, it depends. Like, Mr. Poole, he would slip me a 10.
That's
You know
kind
what
of
I'm saying?
good though.
Yeah, I mean, his pool's half
I
uphill,
mean,
but
you a 10, man. You a 10, bro.
Cutting grass at 7:30. She must have hated her
man.
neighbors.
Yeah.
Hey man.
Hey,
7:30
my
in the
grandma
morning.
woke me up at 6 a.m. every day in the summer. Now, she didn't physically go in there and wake me up, but my grandma started sewing at 6 a.m. every day. So, and them old sewing machines,
Loud.
They loud.
yo, good luck sleeping through that. I can sleep
Man.
through a train before I can sleep through them old sewing
Yo man, did
machines.
she have a singer?
Man, she had like 6 different ones.
Okay.
And I knew she was really getting her groove where I could hear the foot pedal.
I was going to say she had foot pedal. Yeah.
She had the one where she be hitting, man. Yeah, so there wasn't no such thing as sleeping in my grandma's house. Like, it didn't matter what time I went to sleep that night. At 6 a.m, that sewing machine was gonna be hitting.
I almost feel bad for you now. You didn't
Why?
get to sleep in during the summer.
My
And
summer
then he
vacation was
turned
awesome.
18 and his mom gave him some luggage.
Yep.
I'll never forget that.
You know how these olden days have spoiled me, man?
Man.
Like tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and get ready for work. And I'm gonna go in my girl's room and I'm just gonna stare at them. I'm just gonna be mad as shit at them because they gonna get to sleep in. And I'm gonna be like, what the hell is that
They out
like?
of school already?
Yeah.
Man,
Wow.
I just want to remind you, Tico, that you're the one that's building this vacuum for them. Yet you complain and you hate them for the vacuum that you've built.
You see, I didn't build it, man. Hold on. The king runs the kingdom, queen runs the king. So I would love to just basically at 7 a.m. go in there and be like, wake your ass up. Or hit him with the old school lingo that my grandma used to hit me with if I actually did manage to sleep till like 8 a.m. You done slept half the day away.
That's 8 a.m. is half the day.
Ruth Howard thought 8 a.m. was half the day away.
Well, I guess when you wake up at 4, I guess it is half the day. She's
I'm
not
just letting
wrong.
You know, I'm just letting you know. I'm thanking my parents. I'm texting my parents. I love them. And thank you, because I wouldn't have made it if I was going through what MoeB went through.
You mean,
Bruh,
'cause-
bruh, I'm telling you, my summers were awesome though.
Man, okay.
I mean, he's not wrong about that, because you figure if you're awake at 6, you know how many hours that is to do whatever? Well, you did have to cut the lawns.
Hold on, man. I was literally the Cool Spring Nino Brown, man. I was my brother's keeper because I go cut some grass, get $10, go to Andrew's Grocery,
Told us about
clean up on the penny candy,
Yep.
just be at the stop sign. All my boys finally waking up, coming outside. You know, I got all the jawbreakers. I got all the candy they need.
Yeah, now
And I don't even really eat candy like that, but I made sure my peoples ate.
Man, whatever you need to tell yourself to make you sleep at night.
Make me
Hey,
sleep
man,
at night,
he
bro.
is telling you
My
he loves
summer
it.
vacations were awesome.
He just said it 3 times, bro.
And that's great.
Like, it seems like all your stories from summer vacation to 4-H. All my stories are everyday life.
Hey, I mean, your life is your life, and my life is my life. I'm happy with mine. But if I had to get up at 6 o'clock every day on summer vacation,
Hold on. I ain't have to get up, but I mean, good luck sleeping through it.
Yeah,
Like, won't
exactly.
nobody coming in my room
Wait.
saying get up?
which means no, she basically set the sound and then wake your ass up. Yeah, man.
That was
I mean, that's
passive
cool.
aggressive. I agree with that part. But he
Yeah,
said
I mean,
his
that's
summers
cool.
were
Hold
awesome,
on.
man.
She got paid to sell people stuff like that.
Oh, she
her,
was working.
Yeah, that was her side hustle.
I didn't realize. Okay.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But that is that passive.
Wait a
aggressive.
minute. This is
Black
this is
Marquez
hilarious.
Adams. If you
Penny
don't know
candy, how
about the
old are
penny
y'all?
candy, like I once again, I'm olden days, baby. The penny candy was
Oh,
hitting.
jeez.
You mess around, have $1 and be the hood superhero.
Exactly. it's like nowadays it's kind of equivalent to taking $20 to a fast food joint and ordering purely off the dollar menu.
What dollar menus? I don't even know if they have them no more.
McDonald's, man.
They still have a dollar menu?
Yeah.
Nah, man, them joints like $1.19, bro.
Well, they still have they got a dollar menu.
Stuff no more.
Man, anyway, I ain't messing with y'all. McDonald's, man. McDonald's.
The Olden Days. All right. MoeB's got a new segment called the Olden Days.
$7.50 can get you like 24 nuggets at Burger King. Like,
I mean, they're nasty, but okay.
What? Never mind. I'm moving on.
All gray meat nuggets.
That's cold, man. That's cold.
Mean, they are nasty. I'm not gonna front.
They are not nasty, man. Dipping them in that honey sauce. Ooh. Mm.
I mean, if you gotta put in something else to cover up the taste, there you go.
I like sauces, man. I'm not trying to cover up the taste, man. So I put soy sauce in my Chinese food. That means I'm trying to cover up the taste.
Is Black Morticia Adams really playing us like that? So
yes.
You really ain't old enough to know about penny candy?
She's probably really young, man.
Because penny candy like went away after.
And now she talking about my nuggets. Okay, this is just
cardboard nuggets. Yo, I told you it's nasty, man. If you'd have said McDonald's or you said Wendy's, I'd have rolled with you.
McDonald's is as bad as Burger King. Now Wendy's that might be a little different. McDonald's and Burger King are the same thing. Don't even trip.
But you know who's got the best chicken nuggets? No joke. Oh crap!
Hold on. How you gonna come in all aggressive? Right? You know who got the best chicken nuggets? I forgot.
My secret ain't tell nobody.
You know why I forgot? Because he old. Because he know what penny candy is.
Ain't no lie to I know what penny candy is. But nah, man. Damn it. What's the name of that?
They can't be that good if you can't remember the name.
No, it's just I don't remember. I don't eat there a lot.
Man, we had all the dope candy. You had the original Big Chew. You had the fucking candy that looked like
Is that this candy look like tobacco?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. When I play baseball, dude.
You talking about the gum?
It's called Big Chew.
Yeah.
Big League Chew. Big League Chew.
I tell you what, man, it makes my jaws hurt. Just after it got old and hard. Good gravy. Didn't have anywhere to spit it.
And the flavor went out in about 5 chews, but like.
Yeah, that's true.
What was the bubble gum with the comic strips in it?
Oh, Bazooka Joe.
Yeah.
What?
You just ate them just to the comic strip.
You remember the candy that looked like popsicles, looked like the frozen popsicles, but it was like this wax thing, and you chew through it. Man, look.
Yes, I know what you're talking about, and that joint was nasty.
Yeah, but it was always one of the penny candy things. Though. Yeah, that's why I know about it.
All the penny candy won't good. It was penny for a reason.
I ain't really eat candy like that. But,
like bitter honey? Nah, that shit's nasty.
Black Morticia Adams, old age kicking in, laugh out loud.
I just can't remember penny candy.
Yeah, she's not that much younger than MoeB is, but 35 is pretty young based on what we're talking about.
I mean,
because when MoeB was doing penny candy, she was like 3. So yeah. I'm just saying that's a big difference.
I was like 8 or 9 running them streets.
Exactly.
Paying people in candy.
That's currency when you're that old, man.
I'm
just saying.
I mean,
that's like cigarettes in jail, bro. I'm just saying.
Oh God.
Or either that or a cell phone.
But between candy and people knowing that like if they played their cards right and they was nice around me, my grandma was gonna make them food too. You already knew.
All right.
He got his own Carter.
Awesome. The Olden Days by MoeB. We'll look forward to more of those. Awesome discussions. But now let's jump into the My 5. We hadn't had My 5 in a while, so we decided to bring it back today. Very simple. 5 things that you would change about the school system. 5 things that you would change about the school system. Since you don't have kids, AG, you can go first.
Number 1, school starts after Labor Day. Tired of going to school in August. That's ridiculous.
Who's going? Part of Virginia goes to school in August.
Well, when I got to junior high, or before junior high, school used to start after Labor Day. When I got to junior high and high school, they started like the last week in August. I was like, what the hell is this?
That's messed up for you.
It sure is. Second, end SOL testing.
That's a good one.
Third, whatever is reviewed needs to be on the test, not some crazy mess I ain't never seen. More pizza parties. Pizza parties,
right,
man. Pizza parties.
I hear you.
Last one, more accurate history classes, meaning don't whitewash history anymore.
You know, which is funny, right? Because I feel like I didn't get a lot of whitewashing in Petersburg. I'm pretty sure there were some, but I didn't get a ton of it because I lived in Petersburg. It's interesting because you grew up in Chesapeake and MoeB grew up in Portsmouth. So I'm kind of curious how much whitewashing he got in history.
All of history is whitewashed, man.
I
because
mean,
they're not
you got
really
a lot
telling
of
the story.
whitewash history too, but you also had other people who were adding to the curriculum on their own.
Yeah.
But that wasn't what you were getting told was not the curriculum, sir.
No, because see, that doesn't count. Because somebody telling you on the low key telling you, that's one thing, but that's not what my request is. My request is for people to have to learn all of the history.
Yeah,
Not the history that makes me feel comfortable as mainstream America. History that might make me feel a little uncomfortable.
Your textbook was still describing slavery as basically a low-wage employee. You might have not read it that way, but I guarantee you the textbook you was reading at the time was basically just making slavery sound like, low-wage employees.
It's interesting because I felt like the teacher talked more about that towards type of stuff than us reading more of that stuff. So I agree with you. Probably one of the benefits of growing up in a majority African-American town, I guess, city. They were pretty truthful about, and plus, the siege of Petersburg. So they kind of couldn't really completely whitewash all that because it's like, yeah, bro, I just go down the street and you got signs talking about the battles of the Civil War. So it's like,
You'd be amazed.
And they were pretty proud about that. They were pretty proud about that. People were proud about it. So when you read the little things, it kind of told basically what it was. And they use words called slaves and stuff like that. So, which I thought was interesting because those things are super old. So back then, I guess they were just we do what we want. But that's a good list, AG.
Appreciate it.
That's a very good list.
I think it was really self-centered because I don't really know, like you said, I don't have kids, so I don't have to really delve into the school system as it, all the evils in it. But I appreciate that.
Yeah. So we'll let the person with kids go last because I feel like he has he's more down to the earth about it. So I'll go over mine. So I'm a technology guy. So I feel like, yo, man, it's time for kids to have tablets. Every child should have a tablet, and the book should be loaded on a tablet. You make sure you got the necessary security and the built-in internet. But if anything we learned from COVID is our educational system has been held down for decades because it's interesting that after a couple months, a lot of these kids end up having electronic devices in order to do school at home. And it's so it took this to happen for technology to catch up to education. Yeah, how about, that continues to happen now? So that's why I say for one, let's hire some more police, put them in schools. Clearly we need it because we got crazy people going up, shooting up schools for absolutely no reason. So, that. It's time for uniforms. And I also feel like if we're going to require them, then the government should pay for them. It shouldn't be a situation where people have to go out and buy uniforms for their kids because once again, that stops some of the stupidity that happens in our schools. Hey man, your slacks look crazy today. Hey man, so do yours. I mean, what's the same damn slacks? Kind of into all that. I feel like when I was in school, it was required that we had school club time. I think it's like in school during school time clubs. I think we should do that again. I think that should happen again because I took Spanish. I was in a Spanish club in 5th grade. It was dope that every Friday between 2 and 3, instead of being in our class, we went to another class and learned some different shit. So I think that'd be good. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nobody should be paying for meals anymore, man. That's so antiquated. 70% of the kids don't pay for meals now. Now we're just saying, hey, we should just give everybody free food. Just call it a day. Stop doing it. Once again, that's another way to bully children and all the other craziness. And I did have an extra one was hire more school advisors, and then it should be required time for them to. You have enough school advisors, whereas there's a required time throughout the day in which, throughout a 2-week period, they see their group of kids, like one by one. Because I think the other thing is nobody's talking to children anymore. Nobody talks about how's your day, how things going, you got some issues you need help with. And then next thing you know, a child has issues for years and then nobody deals with it. And once again, craziness ensues. So I think that if, hey, I'm not saying it's going to stop it all, but if we at least had them to have the ability and the requirement to talk to somebody, they could sit there for 20 minutes and not say nothing, or they could sit there and tell them their life story and whatever. Because I just think the problem is a lot of people are talking at kids instead of to kids. So that's mine. MoeB.
All right, so end SOL testing, which it's actually in a lot of places going away anyway. Currently, and in a lot of places you can opt out of your kids even taking the test. But in SOL testing, ensure that all schools and all classes have PE.
Whoa, back up. There are places where they don't have physical ed?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I had no idea. Wow. Okay.
3, make it requirement for all high schools to have trade classes. And I know people might say, well, why should I be forced to do a trade? You're forced to take English and you're forced to do history, and most of y'all aren't going to be working in a museum or doing anything involving history. So why not require you to do something that at a bare minimum can give you a career? So I think that. I think high school should require all students to learn a trade, just like an elective class. We for God's sakes, we make kids have to do at least 3 years of foreign language to graduate. So why not be like, hey, you better either pick to do some plumbing, HVAC, carpentry, something. 3 semesters of it. So at least, when we always talk about education is the key, well, what are we educating people to do?
What makes us feel comfortable?
Yeah, so it's like, educating people to know stuff, and then there's educating people to do stuff. I'd rather our schools be put in more position to educating them to do stuff. 1, ensure that art programs are restored, because a lot of schools have lost art programs and we've completely devalued art. I get it, because we're such a capitalistic society that nothing about art seems to make people feel like it's credible or needed. But arts have literally saved people's lives, be it music, actual art, writing, creative writing. We just, us losing art is, I'll say it, losing art is the reason that most of our movies of the last 20 years have been shit. Because we don't have creative process. Like, out of the last 20 years, besides Marvel movies, which really shouldn't count either, because they're all based off comic books that were written, sometimes decades ago. But out of the last 20 years, I challenge you to try to name a action or adventure or suspense movie that isn't a prequel or a remake. I challenge you. And there's a reason for that, because we don't have or encourage people to have new and creative thoughts. And that starts with art. My God, Steph Curry is losing his mind. Or was that Jordan Poole? It's just crazy. I'm sorry. But I just looked up and like Steph Curry is like pulling up from like damn near half court. Yeah, he did. And Jordan Poole just did one too, so. But the last one kind of goes on to what like Ruben was saying. Like I do think we have a tremendous need for more guidance counselors. And from a personal note, at one point in time, I wanted to be a guidance counselor. And then I did intern as a guidance counselor at school, in high school, and realized that guidance counselors don't do shit. And what I mean by that is they're really just like test administrators and people that help you with your schedule. And that's kind of it. That's kind of all they have time for, because there's not enough of them. And they don't really put enough time and space. You know, there's like, well, we supply our school with guidance counselors in traumatic situations. And we say, hey, well, they're guidance counselors for the kids to talk to. But the problem with that is if the guidance counselors aren't already talking to kids to build a relationship with them, why would a kid ever want to go talk to them when some shit's going down?
Yep.
So I mean, we're really missing the boat on that. So yeah, that would be my final thing. Is just like really add actual counselors, add the counseling back to being a guidance counselor. And I mean, really value guidance counselors, because like I had one really good guidance counselor in high school, and then I had some of the shittiest guidance counselors
in college.
In high school. No, some of the guidance counselors in my high school were some of the shittiest guidance counselors ever. And when I say that, I don't mean that as a personal insult to them. It's because they were all about administering tests, and they were pretty much teachers' aides. I had a guidance counselor that was my guidance counselor for like 3 years. She didn't know I played sports. She didn't know that I was done with all of my required classes like by the end of my sophomore year. She didn't know anything about me, to the point where like my senior year, she was like, so are you thinking about going to the military, or have you even considered, college? Like, you might want to get your grades. So she didn't even know I was graduating with honors. She didn't know anything about me. She'd been my guidance counselor for 3 years.
I mean, that's that bullshit.
The only thing she learned about me in my senior year, she kicked me out of the guidance office because I was a guidance aide and I got kicked out. So.
But when it's all said and done, hey, look, if they're not going to sit here and do like intelligent shit, like, make it so kids can't get AR-15s at the age of 18, at least put some more money into the educational system. So, I mean, because our educational system is not great, but it's not horrible, because they're worse in the world, but we shouldn't be where we are.
I mean, we put a lot of money into our educational system, but the problem with our educational system is capitalism. And I don't mean that as a negative, but when people go, oh, well, on the nicer side of town, those schools have better resources. It's not because that school's getting more public funding. It's because more of the parents and the money that's over there give to that school.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people go, oh, well, the schools in the low income areas don't get the resources they need. It's like, no, they get the same amount of resources that other schools get, because they really literally break up the money evenly among schools. But that school is getting more actual support and funding from the people that live in that community, because the people that live in that community have money.
I mean, and I guess the other thing is, it's not, everything doesn't have to be about money. The PTA is supposed to be there to help the schools and stuff like that. Now, money is part of it, but I mean, you can tell who genuinely cares, which PTAs generally care about their school and those who don't. One, if they're active, and then two, if they do things. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think there are a lot of questions and a lot of wants, and there are a lot of things that we can do as people, and then there's a lot of things that the government can do as the government, and this is not something that falls only on one square thing. It falls on everyone. And until we all decide that we want to chip in and do some stuff, then it's just going to be what it is.
I mean, honestly, I think we lean too much on saying what the government should do to help with the schools. People in impoverished areas or schools that people would consider like having less money and everything, the money definitely is an impact. Is definitely a reason. But the thing that a lot of kids in these areas don't get, which hurts them more than money, is exposure. If you're not exposed to different things, you don't know they exist. And like, I'm glad that a lot of schools and programs have started to kind of expose kids to more things. Like when I was in South Carolina, I thought a really cool thing was in South Carolina, Montessori schools are part of the public school system too. Wow. So you can enter a lottery in the public school, and a certain number of them will actually be in the Montessori program at the school for free. It's just an exposure thing.
Yeah. I mean,
my daughter was in the Montessori program in South Carolina, and I'll say that I think that's a really big reason for why when she got to Virginia, she was bored as hell because she was so far ahead of these people. But it gave her a good foundation to learn on her own, because Montessori is about learning at their level, learning in a collaborative way. Doing different things, and it's totally contrary to the standardized testing system that we pretty much forced in our schools the last 30 years. But they have much better results. But we don't look at things like statistics and numbers. We want to standardize tests. How will we know if they know shit unless we test them? Like, I don't know. That's my own personal spill on that, but. Yeah, I think kids just need exposure.
I agree. All right. What's on your mind, AG?
Not a lot, man. It's just been a week, just trying to recover. Next couple of days I got off, and that's exactly what I'll be doing. Catching up.
Nice.
Catching up.
Nice. Made that money. Now you're going to take some time. One of these days I'll be able to do that.
It's just a couple of days, bro.
Hey, man. Bro, a couple days. I mean, a couple days is a couple days. Truth. I get it, but...
Truth. You're not wrong there.
Sometimes you just need some time away. MoeB, what's on your mind?
Reading is what's on my mind right now. Not because I necessarily want to do it. I mean, I do a decent amount of it already. But, I mean, I've been wondering, how do libraries stay in business anymore? Because, like, I don't ever see anybody actually checking books out anymore. Like, my kids have, like, 10 books checked out. And I'm like, I swear to God, we're probably the only people in a 5-mile radius that actually checks out books in the library. Like, at this point in time, I feel like the library is really just a place for people who don't have a printer go to print shit out. To use the internet, free Wi-Fi. I've seen more people renting like DVDs and stuff from the library than renting the books.
Well, in their defense, before Netflix was a thing, the library really was a free resource that was actually really good.
I about to say, yeah, people didn't know that was a slept-on thing. You can go to Blockbuster if you want, but if you can find it at the library
for free, put your name in the
queue, baby.
Put your name in the queue. They'll give you an email when it's ready.
But yeah, that's it. I just, I'm just wondering, like, how. And even you were saying you think the textbook should be loaded up on iPads for all the kids. And I'm like, I get that, but I don't want books to be obsolete. Like,
So
I literally have a bookshelf, and I feel like I walk in most people's houses and there's not a bookshelf. And this is a very small bookshelf. But most time when I walk in people's houses, like the bookshelf is really just full of DVDs, which is also weird to me because it's like, who still has DVDs?
yeah,
But I guess a lot of people still do. But I look at DVDs much like, I guess kids probably look at VHS tapes. I'm just like, yo, what are those, and how do you make them work?
So the reason why one of my things was putting books on tablets is because, to me, I think on certain levels, books are overrated. And on top of that, I feel like schools would save.
Oh, they would definitely save money.
I mean, they save some money, but I guess more. Because like I understand the social skills and the social stuff about lockers and all that beautiful stuff. But when it's all said and done, when you got a fourth grade carrying 60 pounds of books in a book bag, to me that sounds a little questionable. So, and I mean, it's not like we don't have the technology, and there's nothing wrong with a child going to check out a book or whatever, or that sort of thing. I mean, because I would want children to, because I didn't enjoy reading, because I didn't enjoy reading, and we had freaking books. So, like, I would want kids to go to the library and be like, wow, there's some cool stuff here, and read and things that such, because if you, like all these movies, like the Twilight series, stuff like that, like if you read the book, some of that stuff's completely different, and I think it should be, the option should be there. What I don't like is the fact that, as you know, schools are spending like some dumbass amount on textbooks, and then they're keeping those same textbooks for like 20 years. Bro, the world has changed year from year. Like, what are you doing?
I mean, no, I get what you're saying. Like, I just, there's just something about actually having a book in my hand that I don't want, like, to ever go away. Like, I don't want people to ever, like, lose what a book feels like. And
yeah, but how many math books do you have in there?
2.
Out of your whole high school career, high school, college, you have 2 books.
I mean, I didn't keep high school books. I just have.
That's what I'm saying. And that's exactly what I'm saying.
Because we weren't allowed to keep the high school books.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like,
we didn't get to take the books home in Portsmouth because the books had to stay in the classroom because we didn't have enough books for everybody. Hey, look, we didn't have enough books, man.
But that's another thing, man. That's another situation. Whereas kids could learn more if they had accessibility to the book in some way. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying, even if you wanted to be like, hey, we'll have 15 books in the classroom and keep them in the classroom, but when you're at home and you don't have the classroom book, the hell you gonna do? Other than go surf other shit. I mean, I'm just saying, the technology's here, and for some things we need to use it. Other things, not so much. Like college, I'm not saying we should remove them in college, but I am definitely saying in high school, at least for a certain level, at least until like maybe 8th grade. Like if you're a teenager, if you're in 9th, 10th grade, you can carry some damn books. But like kindergarten to 8th grade, for what? Especially those biology books that are way bigger than more than you're talking about today. That's all I'm saying. But thank you.
Book recommendation. The Boys of Dunbar, very good book. I'm like halfway through it and I can't really stop reading it. It's like super interesting. It's about Dunbar High School in 81 and 82 when they had Muggsy Bogues, David Wingate, Reggie Lewis, and Reggie Williams. Damn high school basketball team had 4 NBA players on one team. But it's really not just about basketball. It's really about all the stuff that they were going through. Really, really dope book. Really telling of the times in Baltimore, like in the 80s.
Gotcha. Awesome. What's on my mind? I talked to a young brother this weekend because I was at an event, and it was Teens with a Purpose in Norfolk, and they had their Fuse Fest. They've had it for like 10 years. It's basically, and it was in, for anybody who knows Norfolk, it was in Park Place. So Park Place is one of, I guess you consider a project in Norfolk. And so the Teens with a Purpose group, the teenagers, they work together, try to better what they can, that sort of thing. It was an awesome festival and stuff like that. Talked to this young dude, man. He was clearly maybe 22 to 26. And we were sitting right beside the health department. And he went to the health department later to get some condoms for his brother, who he was telling me just got out of jail and he's having sex with like everything. So
not everyone, everything.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
I was wondering if I was the only person that caught that one.
Yeah, he had like a bag this big of like condoms. Like it was probably like 80 condoms in that bag. And then she gave me like another 40. And I was like, Jesus. He was like, yeah, man, dude's just out here just slinging that thing everywhere. And I was like, look, man, at least he's using a condom. Because he could be slinging that thing and everywhere and just have a whole bunch of kids around. He's like, you right.
Could be out here shooting everybody club up.
Exactly. So, and then he was like,
we've had enough mass shootings. We don't need any more.
Not of that type anyway. And so then we were he was like, yeah. He was like, man, this festival ain't gonna solve no violence. And I was like, what are you talking about, man? He's like, look, man, this thing ain't taking no guns off the street, blah, blah, it's not really doing anything. And I was like, look, man. And we looked over and one of the barbershops was giving kids haircuts for free, which was dope. I mean, so if you can't afford it, because haircuts are like $35 these days, plus tip, which is crazy. Crazy. That's why I cut my own damn hair. I balled it up and just get rid of all of it. And so he was like, I guess he had an epiphany. He was like, if that kid don't get joked on, maybe he don't grab a gun. And I was like, yeah, bro, it's not going to stop everything. But if it stops one, then this event did some good. And stuff like that. And he was like, you know what? That makes sense. Because he was thinking, and then he told me he was a Trump supporter too, which that's a different conversation for another time. We didn't get into that. Lord knows we didn't get into that. But, it's one of those things where he was thinking of the big picture. But I was like, yo, man, for some of this stuff, you got to start small. You got to, you got to look at it on this level. That kid ain't going to get joked on about his hair that way. Because he was a big kid, man. But he was probably like 11. That way he ain't got to jack nobody up. And some little tiny kid who trying to be Chris Rock ain't getting shot. Or ain't going to shoot him or nothing like that. So all I'm saying is we got to make sure that we, as just people, we got to celebrate the small victories. And remember, we can't change the full spectrum of everything in one fell swoop. We got to do it piece by piece. Because what do they say? How do you eat an elephant? One piece at a time. And that's how we got to do everything. So with that being said, I'd like to thank everybody for watching us on the podcast, the live podcast today.
Watching us on the podcast.
I know, right?
That's
it's kind of crazy.
Right? Yeah, make sure you go to Spotify and watch us.
Stupid. I hate you so much. But with that being said, make sure you go wherever you get your podcast and listen to our whole array of episodes if you haven't already, because we got 132 of them plus some specials. So check us out on that. But always, I'd like to thank AG. I'd like to thank MoeB for giving of themselves to do this dirty with us every Sunday. And of course, every Sunday, 9 p.m., we're going to be here to give you all of our opinions. And like it says in the intro, some of the stuff you don't want. But hey, we are here for it. And of course, everybody be safe, be good, peace, love, hair grease, soul, and deuces.
Email us at 5minutewarning19@gmail.com. And also leave comments on Facebook and Twitch. Search 5 Minute Warning. Contact us on Twitter at AG_FMW podcast, at Newsman25, at FMW 2019. Contact us on Instagram, MoeB 5 Minute Warning, AG_5 Minute Warning, Newsman25. You can listen to the podcast at Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. Thank you for listening. This has been another episode of
The 5 Minute Warning.